Hey girls, how you doing? Let's do another pickacard, and today is gonna be what you need to know. It does feel awkward though to do pickacard or tarot, or when we know what's going on in the world. So I thought I'd go in with those people who fight for freedom. I just wanted to say that. Moving on. Okay, so let's do two piles and let's see what's happening, right? No, what's happening? What do you need to know? Sorry. What's happening was yesterday, actually, Axelle. Something never changed. Okay, let's move on. 1, 2, 1, 2. So what do you need to know? The Emperor, the Moon, 9 of Cups. Beautiful. Okay, so what do you need to know? Well, there's someone who's going to reveal some secrets. Some things need to be known in this world for sure, and the truth is definitely showing through all those lies, right? So if it's feelings that people are not aware of, maybe they don't, that particularly someone who doesn't want to actually confront their feelings, they're gonna have to. Okay, the moon is an idea as well, about thinking about reappreciating the situation, knowing the truth, confronting the truth. And I think it's about time in this world, right? So someone is definitely becoming an emperor. An emperor, male, female, doesn't matter, is someone who open the heart. Because normally the emperor can be all very together in many different areas of their life. However, when it comes to the heart, it's a bit more complicated. I think there's some introspection and shadow work they do need to confront. They need maybe to go back to their childhood trauma, to a past relationship, or to themselves altogether, to appreciate the heart and make sure they are in tune with the heart and also very congruent. And as a result, then you have a wish granted, because it's a lot of love. There's also a necessity to meet face to face, to have a conversation. I think a conversation can help many things in this world, right? So let's have more information on what else you need to know. Boom. Wow, okay, we have a victory here in the sense of, if it's about business, you're going to be recognized, your talent is going to be recognized, but also in that special connection. 1111 in the soul is twin flame, excuse me. I'm not very keen on label, as you know. However, is your true love. So there is an idea of marriage, there is an idea of coming together. Is number 4 as well. So is the home, the foundation of who you are, knowing yourself, but also, being proud of being yourself and not anything or anybody trying to diminish your power. Bring it on. Absolutely. You're victorious within yourself. Okay, so whether with anybody else, doesn't matter, you are victorious. Okay, so yeah, someone is choosing you, choosing love, number 6 of wands, but also you could be leaving a bunch of people behind. It could be an organization you're working with, it could be somebody as well, because you're choosing love, and that could be choosing self-love. Okay, so that's what you need to know. I think it's a little bit in the feeling of yesterday, and an idea of separating yourself from people who do not see you for who you are, or are annoyed by your light. Well, if they are annoyed, well, so be it then, right? They could be take care of their own light instead of criticizing your own light, right? So arrivederci, right? So yeah, go for your truth. And someone is definitely choosing you, but it's also you. You might be in choosing self-love, self-respect. I love it. Bring it on. Because you are sending a message to that person, but also to people around you. You've been growing as a person, you expanding, you flourishing, you blossoming, and that is a result of your hard work. But also that person, that special someone, needs to also open their eyes and their heart to the truth, and acknowledging who they are, what they want, what they don't want, and grow as a person. You're meant to be together, you're meant to share something together very special. But if they don't come close to you and they come halfway, you're not gonna go and beg. If they're not coming, arrivederci, someone else will come. So you carry on walking, right? Very important, very important. You know exactly what you want and what you don't want. You have clarity. And also they know, because if they are an emperor, of course, they will know. That will be clear cut. Because an emperor go for action straight. Because that is clear. The Ace of Swords is after 10 of Swords. So it's been a lot of suffering. The knowledge hasn't been happening just like that, being cute, right? This has been happening as well. This is not a walk in a park. But if you do your homework, then you succeed. Beautiful. Very nice. Okay, so let's have a major arcana from the soul cards. Let's see what's happening. What is not happening, what do you need to know? Again, that was yesterday, Axelle. The Tower, you think so? Yeah, anything that is not congruent, anything that is not truth, that is not in alignment with your truth has to go. And maybe you needed to have a shake-up of the boat in order to rebuild, but from scratch and with real foundation. Anything that is not truthful at the moment, let me tell you, has to go. Big time. Boom, you know what I'm saying? And this good. It's good because then you have a fresh beginning, but congruent with your truth, congruent with that person's truth as well, and you move forward. Beautiful. We don't have time to lie to ourselves, right? Okay, so pile number 2, what do you need to know? 6 of Pentacles, beautiful. King of Wands, the Tower. Oh, mamma mia. Woo, here we go again, right? Well, definitely something has been destroyed in order to be rebuilt properly, or will be. Anything that is non-congruent has to go, okay? It's a combination of pile number 1 and pile number 2 here. What? Go back to Axelle. Yes, there is an idea of someone who is not truthful with themselves, who is fluffing around, very ego-centered. We know that one, right? It's all on the outside. You look perfect, or he or she, doesn't matter. You know, no gender here. But it's someone very superficial that cannot happen. That is going to go, because what we're having here and what you need to know is equal give and take. So again, it's a bit in the continuity of yesterday. You know, anybody who doesn't pay you for what you're worth, anyone who doesn't respect you, who doesn't treat you with love equally as you treat them, they have to go. It's time for equal give and take here. You don't want to fluff around. You don't want to wait for someone who says, oh, I need time or whatever. You know, we don't have time for this. Your strength is extremely recognized by now. And maybe that's something that can intimidate them, but that should actually inspire them. If they are supposed to be at your level, that person will have to align to your strengths. If they can resonate with your strength, they know for you. And you know for them. Absolutely fine. That person can carry on, you know, lying to themselves. Absolutely. Male, female, doesn't matter. You know, they can carry on like this forever. If that makes them happy, fantastic. If it doesn't, well, too bad, isn't it? But you carry on, right? Someone is watching you, though, on social media. Oh, boy, definitely. They were very defensive because you saw through the mask and they didn't like it. But what you said was actually correct. They didn't like it, though, because the ego is massive, right? So now they feel isolated because they can see you blossoming. They see you going like, to places. Yeah. And you may have felt as well pushed away at the time, but you use that time to actually reconnect with yourself. And that's what you should do. When you're a hermit, it's like you're wounded, you've been hurt, you need some time alone to recover. But when you come out of the cave, bring it on, check me out, right? Absolutely. But you needed that time because you got hurt. Someone who doesn't decide who they are, what they want, or some days they're here, some days they're there, that kind of thing hurt people, okay? Wearing a mask, you think so? Absolutely. But you're manifesting each other, so you definitely manifest that person to also maybe work on yourself, to be wounded one more time, because I think you're repeating a pattern here that you needed to get rid of for good. So one more time, you needed to be confronted to someone pretentious in some ways and not truthful in order to clear that pattern for good. But you also were manifested by that person in order to remove the mask and to hear the truth, because they definitely need to wake up, right? So you very much, the High Priestess, male, female, doesn't matter. You're definitely someone who saw through the mask very much, and that annoys that person. And that I know maybe a lot of people, because you speak your mind and you see, you know, you can sense the rubbish. I mean, I'm allergic to rubbish. Oh my god, I was born allergic to rubbish. Big time. I can't take it. So here we go. But of course you might be called funny names, you know, when you let that. But you know, why would I buy the rubbish? I'm not gonna do this. So you sat on it, but you keep walking, right? Good. Yeah, there is an idea of pattern here. There is an idea of repeating pattern, repeating, maybe being in a karmic relationship. There is a toxicities that needed to be removed, so you had to work on that pattern. They had to realize they may be in a toxic relationship, and they may see you as toxic because you see the truth and you speak your mind. They don't like it, do they? Of course, because they're very much ego-centered. Well, whatever, we know the story. So they don't like to be told that they're lying to themselves and to the world. But that is the truth, isn't it? Right. One major arcana from the soul card. Let's have a look. Seriously. Wheel of Fortune, you think so? They probably actually go for a tarot for you as well. How sweet. But it's more into the free will. You decide to turn right or to turn left is your free will. Some things are written, is true, but on this path is very much your decision. What are you going to do? Are you going to repeat the pattern one more time and again, or are you going to wake up? That is your decision. But good luck is on your side as long as you actually put your power forward and the truth very much. Okay, on this note, have a beautiful day and I'll see you tomorrow. Mwah. Ciao.